Alright guys, hello and welcome. I'm looking forward to bringing you some more Alchemy League today. As usual, we have two sets, and they are highlighted on your screen. We have Leonelvu. He is a player from Hong Kong against DJ Sapson, a player from the Ukraine. They are 1770 and about 1700 according to our tournament ELO calculation respectively. I expect a competitive set since their ELO difference is lucky enough to be below 100. Then we have Felix versus Plotterghost. Felix is 1650. He is from Germany. And Plotterghost is upper 1400s, 1477. He is from the Netherlands. So Felix definitely with a big ELO advantage over Plotterghost, but who knows? I mean, these are crazy maps. Maybe Plotterghost can get an advantage over Felix somehow. Maybe even an upset. We'll have to watch and see. That's what Alchemy League is all about. Welcome, Cookie Pirate. Let's take a look at their drafts. So for Leon, aka Lawliet, versus DJ Sapson, the map of their round was Kenai Peninsula. So that's the map that they have to play. They have to pick that first. And then they take turns banning maps. DJ Sapson bans Columbia, Chandalar Lake, and Yukon Gold Rush, while Leon, aka Lawliet, bans Utqiagvik, Denali, and Chena Hot Springs, leaving Kodiak as the remainder. Then, after the map draft, they take turns globally banning some civilizations. In this case, for Alchemy League Season 4, there's just 3 global bans per player. And Leon banning the Bohemians, the Georgians, and the Bengalis, and Sapson banning the Japanese, the Mongols, and the Magyars. Japanese are a common ban in Alchemy League because they're very strong on hybrid maps, of which Season 4 has many, because it is Alaska-themed. Sapson also keeping with the Alaska-themed bans here, banning Mongols, because, again, Alaska, lots of big game. And then the Magyars, I don't really understand the Magyars too well. Maybe Sapson banned the Magyars because he doesn't want his opponent on Kenai Peninsula to go out and greedily take resources near the edge of the map. He wants his opponent to have to fight the bears in order to do that. Kenai Peninsula has many bears on it, and wolves and other things. So maybe that's the reason why. Romans I don't really get. Armenians have been very strong in Alchemy League, as have Georgians. Oops. Those are the wrong players. There we go. Bohemians and Georgians and Bengalis. I still don't really understand that very well, although there are a lot of hills and mountains in Alaska, so maybe the Georgians ban was motivated because of their repairing and their hill bonuses and that sort of thing. So let's jump into the game now. Game 1 is on Kenai Peninsula. We are going to zoom into the AoE window. There we go. So you got the thing full screen, and we will hit go here. So you start with an eagle, and we're looking at it from Sapson's point of view. Everybody starts with an eagle. That is to pay homage to the fact that these are, well, the eagle is important to Alaska. Sapson, like, ooh, whoops, do not want to get killed by that town center. He's lucky Leon did not react in time. Both players building their houses, but as you can see, oh, Sapson attempting an eagle snipe here, getting some damage on Leon's eagle. Does not kill it, but that's a good advantage for Sapson there. Eagle very important. You want to be able to scout. He's going to try to come in here and maybe steal some resources from his opponent. This is a scary map. This map was not picked very much earlier on in Alchemy League because the players start so close together. But I actually think it's going to be very entertaining. Sapson noticing that his sheep has gone missing, so he's going to see if he can go over there and find it and drive off the scout that stole that sheep. Meanwhile, if we unclick the Fog of War, see that Leon is sending all of Sapson's sheep to the corner of the map here. What a way to start the game. Is Sapson actually going to find those? Oh, no, he's not. That's very unfortunate. So Leon, I guess Sapson assumed that Leon would try to steal the sheep, but Leon sent them to the corner instead, and Sapson only found one. And he must not have seen which direction the sheep was going. So now that the sheep have kind of moved out of the way, Leon's going to path them around on the coastline. And what a brutal lame right there. Leon is walking off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Sapson's 8 sheep. So Sapson only got one sheep as far as I could tell. And the only reason that he's got another one under this is because I think he stole some. Yeah, he's got 2 sheep here. He stole 2 sheep from Leon. So now Sapson is, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's waiting for the sheep to come in underneath Leon's town center, maybe. This is going to be unfortunate, though. Yeah, he's just barely going to miss them. This is like Grand Sheep Auto right here. Grand Theft Sheep. This is a massive steal of sheep here. This is going to be hard for Sapson to come back from. But who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe Sapson will find a way to get revenge on this map for Leon stealing all of those sheep from him. Holy laming. And now what's this? Leon's going to come out here. Because Leon has scouted the edge of the map with the sheep, actually, he knows where the bears are. So for instance, he knows that there's a bear here, but he scouts this and he sees that there aren't any bears here. And that means that he can come out here and build a dock. Now the bear is very dangerous. It contains food, but it does 12 damage per swipe, and it has 3/3 armor. So these bears are basically reskinned iron boars with less hit points. That's basically what they are. And Leon knows, because the sheep came through here and the bears don't attack sheep, that he can come here and build a dock immediately. So this is a big win for Leon right off the bat. Leon is Persians and Sapson is Italians, by the way. Should mention that. Persians are very popular for hybrid maps. I think Italians are too. And is Sapson out of food? Sapson, well, okay, he's on berries. He's on berries. But his food income is probably not very good. You know, he queues up another villager. Sapson has actually gone out and built a dock as well. Leon has found it, and Leon does not want this villager to survive, but the villager does survive. And I'm not sure what this is. I think that Sapson was able to come out here, and he just kind of used luck, I guess. I didn't really catch it. I don't think Sapson had to kill any bears to come out here. The other thing, too, is that Sapson's scout was a little bit healthier, so he may have scouted this out and determined that there were no bears ahead of time. But Sapson's going to try to take fish over here. But Leon knows where this dock is, so Sapson will not be able to take fish secretly. That's like medieval mafia activity. It is. Yeah, Kenai is pretty fun, I think. The players are scared of it, but I love watching the players go to town on this map. I've enjoyed all of the games I've cast, actually, on this map. They've been pretty good. Yeah, if Sapson wins this, it's going to be like the comeback of the league. The biggest comeback game. So these bears, they do have 510 food, but you have to be careful, because if you get too close, the bear will try to attack you, even if it's your scout. Now, luckily, the bear didn't aggro this time, but he could have. He could have. So you can hunt these bears, but there is a little bit of risk involved, and you have to micro it and be careful. That's kind of the moral of the story. I agree, it is a very underrated map. So, they've chosen a dock opposite sides here. They kind of have a safe boom, and this is actually really good for Sapson. And I'll tell you why. Sapson is behind. Sapson has lost 8 sheep to Leon. So Sapson is like struggling to keep the food going. He's got 15 on food now, and that might seem like a large number, but remember that it's like on berries, and he's got a bunch on this bear here. But this is one big lump sum. Now, if Leon is careful, actually, he could snipe this villager if he sees it. Is Leon going to see it? No, he's thinking about attacking Berry Picker, but Leon does not spot this, which is really lucky for Sapson, actually. Because if Leon saw this injured hunter right here, yeah, Sapson even clicking them back because he's not sure. But I think he's going to drop off now. What's he waiting for? Don't know. Anyway, I was going to say, I think it's in Leon's best interest to dock this side and try to take Sapson off of water, since Sapson lost out on so much food already. Okay, so these builders have a bunch of food, and then once they build that mining camp, they drop the food off automatically. One time, the mining camp's like, all right, since you're new here, we'll take this food, but we're not taking any more food in the future. And now the villagers are going to go and mine some gold, apparently. Sapson is almost up to the feudal age. He's just got to click. And remember, guys, that it may not have seemed like Sapson had. Actually, Leon's already in the feudal age. That's kind of scary if you're Sapson. Yeah, see Sapson rushing up the walls here. It's coming over here to wall this too. But if it looked like Sapson never reached 500 food, it's because he didn't. Italians can click up to the feudal age on only 440 food. It's age advancement is cheaper for them. And look at these walls from Sapson. Sapson is terrified of Leon. He does not want to get scout rushed. But let's see what Leon's doing. Sapson doesn't know this, actually. Yeah, he doesn't know. He does not know what Leon's up to. He's sending a scout now. The scout's got some waypoints around Leon's town so that Sapson can figure out what buildings Leon has and then determine what Leon is going to make. And little does Sapson know that Leon has actually built an archery range. So the best that Sapson can do is wall right now, and that's what he has done. I think that these passageways in the forest are still open, and Sapson has not walled this. There's a wolf here, which could complicate walling. But Sapson just trying to get these walls up. Very difficult map to wall, honestly, if you want to know the truth. But Sapson is trying. This lady's gonna... Oh, he deletes the wall segment to send her through and then re-wall it. Okay, so we've got a couple of pointy boys, and Sapson is even building a tower here to feel more safe. So Leon goes around. There is a wolf attacking a spearman. He does manage to find it and attack back. There we go, and there's one more wolf here. So Sapson at this point knows that Leon is up to some archers. And let's see what Leon's resources look like, actually. Leon has built a fire ship. Where? Oh, yep. Alright, so Leon wants to challenge Sapson on water. He knows that Sapson is over here. He's building a fire ship. Does he know that Sapson has another dock? Oops. He actually does not know about Sapson's dock over here. He knows about this one. So he's sneaky, but he's not as sneaky as he thinks. Nevertheless, though, he'll find it soon. He'll come up here and he'll find it along the way. And then we have, what, a blacksmith? Okay. So I'm wondering what's motivating the archers here from Leon. It could be that Leon wants to make something to pressure his opponent, but he doesn't want to invest in scouts because he wants to get up to the castle age. Maybe he figures fast castle or faster castle on this map is very powerful. The archers are coming around. For some reason, like, Leon cannot figure out how to get around these walls. Just got to click, and they'll let the units path automatically. Leon trying to get through here, but Sapson stonewalled that. So, Sapson has walled this side off, but I don't think Sapson is walled on this other side. Let's see. Sapson just built a gate here, but Leon could still get in this way if he wanted to. Leon very respectful of Sapson's walls. He's not challenging them in places where they haven't been built yet. Oh, look at this. Leon is in over here. Sapson sending his villager over to repair a ship, maybe? I don't really understand this. I'm not sure where this villager is going. It could just be a diversion. Yeah, it's probably just a diversion villager. Sapson sends another villager out here to re-wall this. This guy's going to try to get away with like some fancy quick walls, but I don't think the eagle and spearman will allow it. Yeah, and that villager goes down. So that's the first confirmed villager kill that we've seen all game. Sapson wanting to make galleys to defend his fishing ships. This galley is attacking the fire ship, but in low numbers, fire ships will always win against galleys. So Sapson makes a fire ship to help out with the defense as a fishing ship goes down. So Leon is actually really going to invest in taking Sapson off of water. He's built a second dock here. He's made a fire ship to come and harass the fish that he spotted when he was sailing over to the fish that he knew about from the first time. And we will probably see this fire ship tasked on sinking these fishing ships at some point. Oh! Sapson needs to be careful here. He's got a wolf fight on his hands. Is Sapson going to lose a villager to wild animals? This lady, it seems that she was hurt earlier by a wolf. No, she survives. So apparently if you have clothing made from... Oh! Leon's like, and now here I come to finish the job. So Sapson wants a stable here, but Leon is not going to allow it. And, whoa! What? Sapson managing to quick wall that in. That's really impressive. I think Leon might still be able to get around. No, he cannot. he has to attack this palisade wall. And Sapsan wants to build this stable and make maybe a scout from it for defense. If he's not careful, Leon will get in. Leon will get in and then kill the villager. Doink. Yeah, there she goes. So Leon denying the stable, which is a good win for him. Sapsan definitely still on the defensive. Again, though, Leon has not figured out how to get over here. I guess maybe Leon is not trying very hard. He's on his way up to the castle age, so he may not care as much. Leon waiting outside. Sapsan has a few ships. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we got a little bit more of a water fight. And he's going to focus down this fire, and then he's going to turn around and attack the other fire. DJ Death Cheater. Maybe. I think DJ stands for Disc Jock. Or maybe Digital Jockey. So Sapsan not able to get in with the skirmishers. Leon is Castle Age. I would actually love to see Leon do a Castle Age douche. Come right in here and build a town center on Sapsan's gold or something. Maybe he feels he's not far enough ahead for that. Actually, Sapsan is Castle Age as well. Sapsan is going to make a monastery and some monks for defense. Sapsan managing to hang on. He's on the run on water, though. Leon has made more fire ships. For Persians, fire ships make the most sense, I think, as an investment, because long-term Persian galleys lack bracer. So the galleys are not exactly the best for Persians, but the fire ships are okay. This archer going down to the wolf here. And I guess the wolf is just going to kind of hang out here. It's like, yeah, alright, whatever. I killed this guy, now I'm going to eat him. There's no need to go back to my home. So Leon building a town center to secure some wood. This is an important town center, in my opinion. And he's also going to build another one out here to secure this side. So he's got some good wood options. But his gold is kind of vulnerable. But there isn't really a good place to build a town. I guess he could have maybe built a town center right here. And that would have been closer to his gold, and it would have also gotten this gold. Does he know about that location? He actually does not know that there's gold here. If he did, he probably would have built there. So Sapsan has himself a couple of cavalry archers. I don't think Sapsan built those cavalry archers. I think he converted them. I mean, maybe he built them. That would be kind of a weird choice as Italians to go cavalry archers. Heck, it's kind of a weird choice as Persians to go cavalry archers, or to go cavalry archers as any civ, except unless you're Mongols or Huns or something, one of those horde civs. So Leon's pretty well walled himself, and he's patched this up. He's walled this up here. And on this side, yeah, he's walled this off entirely. So he's kind of sectioned off part of the map for himself as well. Sapsan's walls... I like Leon's walls better. Let me just put it that way. Sapsan kind of walled behind himself, and Leon sort of walled to the edge. Sapsan making another range here. And it looks like Sapsan is investing in Italian cavalry archers for whatever reason. Yeah, Italian cavalry archers. Who'd have thought? So we have a couple of light cav here. What's the plan for that? Leon is coming, and he wants to annihilate this monk, which he succeeds in doing. The other monk hops into the town center to avoid the scouts. And now Leon is just going to come back here and raid and be annoying. Oh. Oh, nope. Need to garrison. Town center is garrisoned. These scouts do not have the second armor upgrade, so they'll go down pretty handily to the arrow fire. Sapsan has built a siege workshop and is making a ram. Sapsan knows that he is behind economically. See if we can take a look at their economy. Yeah, here we go. So Leon with 75 villagers and Sapsan with 55. So Sapsan knows that unless he does some serious damage, Leon is going to overpower him. So that's why we see so much aggression from Sapsan, so much investment in military. We can see that Sapsan has very little in the way of resources. He's spending it all attacking Leon. And he's got a little group of cavalry archers here to harass Leon's gold. Imagine if Leon had a town center right here. These cavalry archers would do far less damage. But as it stands, Leon has to evacuate his gold because He has no means of securing it right now. He'll have to deploy maybe this mangonel, or maybe some of his military over there. Sapsan getting some much-needed villager kills in. Here comes a ram to charge down this mangonel. Probably we'll see some villagers come, and they're not repairing the mangonel. They're coming to shank the ram. Uh-oh. Sapsan not paying attention. Takes a mangonel hit to the face, these cavalry archers. Ooh, that villager actually does too. Sapsan going to come back here, but he knows the sweet spot now. He knows where he can hit Leon and have it really hurt. Oh, that villager goes down. So I'm wondering if Sapsan went cavalry archers because he could get ballistics for cheaper. Well, the answer is no, because well, he doesn't have a university yet, but he's built one. And he's going to get ballistics now. So Sapsan kind of thinking the same thing that we are watching the game unfold. Believes, hey, you know, now would be a good time to have ballistics so that these villagers cannot run away as easily. Sapsan has been trying to cull these extra villagers here from Leon, but Leon's villager count is growing. Leon out-booming Sapsan's pressure so far. Sapsan diving the base of this scorpion. Oh no, disaster. There's just too much siege here for these cavalry archers. They are in big trouble. So what is this? Sapsan has deleted some wall segments. He must feel that the game is to the point where if he needs these walls aren't doing anything. Like his opponent is capable of killing the walls very easily. I'm wondering if he deleted them for the purpose of clearing space for a castle drop, but we see that Sapsan has nothing on stone. So it looks like he's not planning on it. Leon has nothing on stone either. Leon is actually housed, interestingly enough. I don't think Sapsan's going to get in here short of a huge military investment. Cavalry archers are just not going to cut it. I mean, maybe he gets enough. He could charge in with a ram and some CA. What's the plan? To just kill villagers while the ram does its work? I think Sapsan will need more than just this. He'll need some kind of melee unit. Or maybe redemption monks to convert these mangonels. Actually, Monk Rush would work really well on this map. I'm kind of disappointed that we haven't seen it more. Could you imagine if Sapsan was going on 3 monasteries and had some mangonels, and that would be very brutal. Then Leon would be making a lot more light cav, but he could just as easily toss in a few pikemen or something. You know, it'd be decently effective, I think. Rams are going to town. They've demolished Leon's market. So now Leon cannot use the market to rebalance his economy. He's housed because Sapsan's been destroying his houses. Sapsan has to pull back, though. He's kind of up against Camel and Skirmisher. These Rams are diving the mangonel. I'm surprised that we haven't seen Leon try to attack the Rams with the villagers. There we go. The villagers are coming to work. Camels have low pierce armor. They do bonus damage against cavalry archers because they're mounted units. However, if cavalry archers get hit... cavalry archers have relatively high attack, and camels have relatively low pierce armor. So, Sapsan repairing this mangonel. It's so hard to push Persian town centers with mangonels, though. They have twice the health, but you can do it if you get enough mangonels going. Sapsan needs to be careful, otherwise Leon is going to steal a mangonel kill. Yeah, there it is. Here comes a ram. And Sapsan is sending a knight forward to help snipe mangonels. But I do really love the aggression from Sapsan here. Leon is trying to keep ahead in food, but he can't. He keeps on having to make food units to defend. He has all the gold he could ever want, and he has 33 on food, but he's still got less than 300 food most of the time. Let's take a look at Sapsan's point of view. If Sapsan goes imp, I'll love that. But he's not. He just can't afford it. Makes sense. Neither player can afford it right now. They're fighting too viciously. So we see Sapsan getting a conversion on that knight, and he goes in with the cavalry archers again. I think Sapsan really just needs to destroy buildings. But he really wants to raid Leon. He wants to get in there with the cavalry archers and kill villagers. Moonwalking scout there. It's impressive. Pulls off those moves while going and killing a monk. But another monk has come up to take its place, and that light cav did not notice. Meanwhile, Sapson's raiding party is galloping through the back of Leon's base, but they haven't really found anything compelling yet. Maybe they'll attack this gold, though. Is this wolf going to get a kill on the cow? Oh, big hit. Yeah, Sapson just not getting value from these cavalry archer raids. However, he is destroying buildings. DJ Sapson is almost up to 100 villagers, though, while he continues the aggression. He makes a pass at this. He makes a go for this town center, but he does not take it down. Meanwhile, Leon's at 120 villagers, and he's spamming knights continuously. He's getting devotion to make his units harder to convert because he's annoyed that Sapson keeps converting all of his stuff. So, both players are pretty much full castle age here. DJ Sapson is going to go knights to mirror this. These town centers actually should have decent attack versus Leon's knights, because they should have the range upgrades because Sapson was going cavalry archers. Yeah, and these knights only have the first armor upgrade, so actually these knights are not going to be too effective against town centers. Oh, here comes Leon. Is this a castle drop, I wonder? Sapson sees it and throws down a house foundation here. I don't know who is supposed to be building this house. Maybe the villager has died. But it looks like Leon wants to do a castle drop. Sapson charges this down, does not want this happening. Leon is all over Sapson's town center here. And okay, Leon's going to build the castle here. Sapson had a ram that he sent to attack it, but there were too many of Leon's units. So this castle will go up, and it will eventually destroy this town center, and it will remove Sapson's ability to farm from most of these farms here. Sapson, seeing that the castle is going to go up, calls the GG. And Leon takes the first game. Just a huge advantage with that lane. Sapson was never quite able to come back. I do honestly think, though, that if Sapson had gone more heavily into monk, pike, and mangonel, and he got like 5 or 6 mangonels going, he could have defeated Leon. Wouldn't have been easy. But the cavalry archers were a weird choice. He kept on running around in the back of the base, but he just ultimately did not really get value from those cav archers. What he needed to take map control, and the cav archers did not give that. But nevertheless, a pretty entertaining game, and I'm really glad that we had the chance to watch. Let's take a look at the statistics. Leon across the board, shining. Killed 117 units, lost 87, raised 6 buildings, converted 3 units, and had the largest army of 50. Where Sapson's army size was 21 only, but he did convert 5 units. You can see Leon with the bigger economy. Feudal Age and Castle Age, better advancement times for Leon because of the laming. Leon getting up to 139 villagers. Here we go. It was weird. I thought I saw a Portuguese mirror matchup for a moment. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's the one that I saw. We'll get that later. Kodiak, though. That's game 2 map of Leon versus DJ Sapson. Let's go. Alright, so Kodiak. So the last map was made by Q Philip. Kenai Peninsula was. Good map, fun map. This map was made by Cookie Pirate, also good map, fun map. It's inspired by his creation, his very first map, Rapa Nui. But he added more trees because Kodiak Island is filled with trees. It's based off of a real place in Alaska. I think Kodiak Island might be near Kenai Peninsula, actually. Maybe off of the coast of it. But it's a pretty big, famous island. It's got lots of bears on it. And apparently this version has a pool with some very safe fish. These fish are surrounded by boulders. Nah, Cookie, it's a great map. And there are some outlying islands here for decoration. We haven't really seen the players use them very much. It could be cool if the players were somehow able to use them, but I mean, it's fine. Look, the island is a little bit smaller. It's kind of sized similarly to Socotra, and so there's not as much space here, especially when you consider building space. So even though it looks like it's well forested, this map is surprisingly aggressive. It is directly south of the tip of the peninsula. Ferries run from Homer to Kodiak. Homer must be a city on the Kenai Peninsula. So we see Leon pushing in some deer. And the thing that I like about this map too is it's got seasonal variations. But the seasonal variations on this map do not affect how it plays. So therefore, they don't necessarily have to be defined anywhere. But sometimes we like to mention them just so that the players will read about it and get excited for the league. And I think the players were pretty excited for this league. There's all kinds of seasons in Alaska, as you know, being so far north. Well, but not so far north. Yeah, it's tough. The players are just like, I'm just going to kill my opponent. I'm not going to deal with this. And then there was like the complication of, if we give players a starting transport ship, do they sail out here and build a dock on these islands? It's not really shown on this version. I guess you can kind of see it up here. For instance, blue could start with a transport ship, and they might be able to sail up here and offload a villager, and then see that this is like a free fish boom right here. This area is protected. So they could build a dock over here with the villager and have a free fish boom, and then their opponent would pretty much not be able to stop it. But maybe we could have thought of a creative way around that somehow. So, but, you know, busy, lots of stuff. I like this. I really like this bay here. This is a nice sheltered bay. You know what I wish in Age of Empires? I wish that, like, weather were a bigger consideration. Because right now the ships can just sail in any direction, and there's no wind speed. There's no, like, losing a ship to bad weather. There's no reason to build a dock inside of a bay. Like, most of the time in real life, you should build docks inside of bays. Because if you build docks at like the tip of a peninsula, it's very windward. You know, it's not a good place for ships to take shelter. But in Age of Empires, you want to build docks like at tips of peninsulas, so that you can get to the fish more easily. So that's kind of, and that's not really on anything that any creator in Alchemy League is responsible for. That's just the way the game is designed. Water is not very well thought out in general, but we have lots of water on Alchemy League maps because water is pretty, and there's lots of water in Alaska. So we can see that both players have docked. You can bet that somebody is going to sail around this island with the intention of killing the other person's fishing economy. We will see that. Whereas Kenai and Soldotna are on the northwest side of the peninsula, and Seward is on the east shore with fjords. Yeah, the fjords are really pretty. Building site obstructed, building cancelled. Wait, what? Where? Oh, here we go. Leon is trying to get the best of Sapson here. Apparently he was able to hurt this villager significantly, and now he wants to come in and kill this villager. Sapson deleting some wall segments. I think this is a mistake. Oh wait, no, it's still completely walled in. And Leon is going to chase off Sapson's scout. And he's being very vigilant. Leon wants revenge. Actually, no, Leon doesn't want revenge. He wants domination. Sapson is the one who wants revenge. So Sapson has to do his best to keep every villager alive. Coastline super smooth? Where? Where? I don't see it. Alright, and now that the coast is clear, Sapson deletes the wall and he sends the wounded villager home. This villager will be relegated to working underneath the town center. On the west side, I think this is pretty good. No. I think this is pretty good. Just accidentally resized the screen. Yeah, it's reasonable. Considering most island maps in Age of Empires, I think it's pretty good. So Leon building a barracks here, probably thinking about the next stage. Sapson is on his way up. Let's check and see what Leon is. Yeah, Leon is almost up. So he's going to get up, but because he's just building the barracks now, it's probably going to be in archery range. It's got 2 on gold. Actually, he can't afford to build an archery range yet. But these 2 on gold might be to fund his fire galley exploits. It's a dead bear here. I wonder how that happened. Probably what happened is Sapson came out and killed it and ate half of it, and has left the other half there to rot. In a very wasteful way. This is not very conservation of Sapson. You know, the advantage about this eagle is that you can garrison it in your town center and heal it, which is something that's not available for most scouts. I think it's a pretty good advantage, actually. The east side, it's more coarse than it should be. I like this. I think this is good. There's all kinds of bays on Kodiak Island. And it doesn't really affect the fairness at all. Actually, it would be kind of cool, now that I'm looking at this. I think actually Sapson might be able to build a gate here, and then he could build some docks inside of this bay. And he could actually have a little sheltered area. And there's even some fish in here. He could have his ships going out. He could build some towers. He could build himself quite a little low elo legend noob fishing village here. It'd be pretty cool. But alas, you never see that kind of stuff, unfortunately, in Age of Empires. Age of Empires is a pretty game, but it could be prettier. But it's usually not pretty at the high level, which these guys are reasonably skilled players. They're pretty good. Leon gonna wall this off. It might be mildly unfair. Well, the thing is that the effort required to do that would be counterproductive, and in that time, Leon would just go up to the next stage and kill Sapson. So Leon has made a single archery range. He's just playing defensively. He's playing defensively, and he's making fires because he wants to kill Sapson's fishing ships. So we see a fire ship coming out across the map, but we can see that he's already over here, and it looks like he's already killed Oh! Look at this! Sapson has built a transport ship. He built some fishing ships here. Maybe let Leon find a couple of them. And Sapson has set up a sneak dock here. Let's see if Leon has discovered it. No, he has not, because Leon's making fire ships. So Leon does not know about Sapson's sneaky dock. Sapson loves to make sneaky docks. So Sapson actually might load up this villager in a transport ship, and he might come over and colonize another corner here. Maybe build a dock right here or something. Take from this fish, this fish, this fish, this fish, and this fish. But he's got 5 sneak fishing ships there, and Leon does not know about it. So Leon will probably just let it happen. We'll see. Sapson is investing a little bit into water, acting like this is important to him somehow, keeping Leon busy. Because if Leon can't find it, then he'll assume that it's somewhere else. So this is smart from Sapson to at least give Leon something to do. We'll see. Leon is making another one. Yeah, he's got another fire galley here. And let's see if Leon is making much more. I don't know that he is. Sapson coming over here to see if there's any damage on Leon that he can do. Leon must see him coming. How could he? No, I guess he doesn't. I guess it's just luck that the fish are over here that Leon happens to be taking. Leon pulling back because he's outnumbered 2-1. Nope. Just keeps going. Just passing. So we see Leon with an aggressive... Actually, it's not very aggressive. It's defensive. He shoots down some of Sapson's military, and now here he comes to march across the base. You know what we could have done for this map was put all of the relics on these outlying islands. So somebody could control this entire central island here, and somebody could control all of the relics on these corner islands, and yet somehow win. I love maps like that. That's pretty fun stuff. Alright, so Leon is here to pressure Sapson. He's got a little bit of an archer army. Sapson has gone scouts, which I regard as a bigger Castle Age investment. For that reason, Leon is on his way up to the Castle Age. He's almost a third. And Sapson hasn't clicked yet, yeah. So Sapson's investment in scouts is showing, and Leon's going to get up to the Castle Age first. I think Sapson really likes this map. I don't think this is the first time that he's played it. Building a market to rebalance his eco, so he's probably thinking about Castle Age as well. He has the buildings, but yeah, he wants to buy a little bit of food to click up. Even though he has 14 on food right now. Oh, Leon has found Sapson's little secret. So Sapson is no longer going to be able to take... Actually, he could shank this fire galley into submission. Sapson is no longer going to be able to take fish here without Leon knowing about it. So Leon now knows about that dock, but Sapson has already won water, actually. And Leon has kind of given up on water. Leon is in the next age, actually. Alucog suggested that, but I thought it would be difficult and impractical to implement, since players would likely just ignore the relics. Might as well do Conquest Victory at that point. Although in hindsight, it might have encouraged people to go out to those islands, so who knows. Yeah, you never really know. You just got to test it. And players, people's time is valuable, so it can be difficult to get those tests. Uh-oh, what is this? What is this? We can see that Leon is headed out across the map, and he has the stone to build a castle. A Malian castle. Could you imagine Leon running around with a bunch of Gebetos against Sapson? That would be pretty devastating. And Sapson has managed to fight off Leon's knight. And he does not want to let this castle going up. He's sending his scouts over here. And he sees the villagers, so Sapson knows that something is up. And he can't really stop it because there's too many knights at this point. Leon building a house here. I think this is just to task all of his villagers for better pathing. But Sapson gets the Castle Age and buys a castle. And decides to throw a castle down here. I actually don't think this is a very good spot. I think he would be better off building the castle right here. Because it's sort of on a hill. It secures some wood for him, and it's kind of in the way to the stone and the gold. But it works. So Sapson has somehow managed to build a camel very quickly. But he's not able to stop this castle from going up. So he's going to build this castle. He's the Berbers. He's going to stonewall off this side. And hope for the best here. Siege Workshop. So Leon wants to get 2-0. And he wants to close off this map very quickly. Look at this. Look at this. Where is Sapson going? He's going somewhere in this transport ship, and this transport ship is loaded. It has something in it. And given the fact that it's hugging this shore, I don't think that Sapson wants to colonize this. I think he wants to go somewhere and attack something. Now, he's been patrolling this area. What is this? Is this another castle drop? No, it can't be. Let's check Sapson's resources. It can't be a castle drop. We could check to see what's inside of the transport ship. It's just a villager. What is Sapson doing with this villager? Is he going to come here and build a monastery and steal this relic and then leave? That would be really funny. Alright, so villager unloads. No, he's going to build a stable, and he is going to raid his opponent with cavalry from behind. I love this. And does Leon have any idea that this is happening? So Sapson sees this forward castle, and he thinks, my opponent's attention is going to be diverted toward me. So yes, Leon has the ability to see it. He has Town Watch, and he is building a monastery. So Leon knows that it's there, and he is countering it with a monastery. But that's still pretty funny. That Sapsan just takes the time to do something like this. So Sapsan will also have to take the time to make light cav instead, and not knights. But he's not making anything right now, except camel archers. Leon is going to build another town center here just to be safe, to secure his gold. He doesn't want to deal with Sapsan's raids. Sapsan making some camel archers. What else is new? And Leon probably has some Gabetos, I would bet. No, those are a couple of archers. Leon is not going Gabeto. At least not as far as I can tell. He's just getting... I mean, he's getting forging. He's getting an attack upgrade. And Sapsan's strangely building a castle here for reasons that I don't understand. I don't get this castle at all. Like, your opponent has not demonstrated an interest in making siege and pushing you through this avenue. So why not spend those resources on getting up to the Imperial Age and making trebuchets and destroying your opponent's castle instead? Maybe Sapsan intends to make petards from both castles and destroy his opponent's castle that way. What is this? Okay, Sapsan's loaded up the transport ship again, and he's ready to do something else. No, it's just to keep the villagers safe. He's made himself a scout cavalry. He's got 2 scouts, actually. And he's going to come through the back here and just raid Leon. And he's also got camel archers, actually. Camel archers have gotten a couple of kills. And he wants to raid with the camel archers, which are better versions of cavalry archers. So Leon has a forward castle, but he's sort of on the defensive. Sapsan messing with his economy. Leon does not have any naval presence. So he needs a sprawling farming economy to maintain good food income, but he can't do that right now because Sapsan is in his base. Or trying to be. So Sapsan, interestingly enough, has canceled this building for some reason. He better get out of there. This knight could sneak up on this villager and destroy it. Leon building a siege workshop so that he can remove the buildings that Sapsan has created. Okay, Sapsan really does want that siege workshop. I'm not sure why he deleted it earlier. Sapsan relocating his lumber camp. Leon could get a lot of value if he made a few Gabetos and he like stood here or stood right here. And these are places that he could get to without too much trouble. I mean, Gabetos are pretty fast. I don't know if there's a convenient passageway through here, but he could come back this way and come over the hill and stand here with some Gabetos and kill some lumberjacks. And this castle would never see it coming. And similarly, he could come up this way and around and stand here with some Gabetos and kill some lumberjacks. So I think Leon could really benefit from some Gabeto. But he hasn't made them for whatever reason. Sapsan keeping Leon sufficiently distracted, diving this castle with his camel archers, killing some villagers. He's probably going to kill everything, really. And he's trying to stand within the base of the castle so that the camel archers are not attacked. Is this scorpion going to get a shot off? No, it does not. Leon is too busy microing somewhere else, so Sapsan must be the faster player. It seems like Leon can't really keep up with all of Sapsan's different angles of attack. And Leon with a gather point problem. Are these camel archers seriously just going to camp the base of this castle and help destroy it? Surely Leon can do something about that. Ram created by Sapsan, and it's coming to attack Leon. Leon's too busy concerned with his own borders. He's built a defensive castle here to drive off Sapsan's camel archers. And he has Gabetos working on this stable. Sapsan's Villager is nowhere to be seen. I would assume that it was killed. There's no transport ship either. So I think Leon gave up a lot of map control to fight Sapson out of his base. So maybe Sapson's landing was well worth it. Scores are pretty close. Almost neck and neck, you could say. Sapson with a slight advantage. He's working on this castle. Leon is housed. And castle's going to go down. He's going to be even more housed. Leon, I wonder if it's a connection issue too. I believe that Leon is in Hong Kong. So, pretty far away from the Ukraine. And Sapson, having destroyed that castle, is now going to reallocate his troops to an offensive. He has some camel archers and a ram headed out across the map. Leon doesn't care about that anymore. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's good. That bear decides to let the castle go up instead of killing 4 villagers in the meantime. I mean, Leon might be looking at this just like, yeah, I probably got a 20 villager advantage, so why bother fighting that? I'm doing fine. 113 to 92 villagers. Here come the rams. Oh! Sapson with a castle drop in the back of Leon's base. Luckily for Leon, there isn't much gold left here, so the castle isn't denying as much gold as it normally would, but Sapson with 2 transport ships to get this castle up. He's in the back of Leon's base, and he's picking off villagers with camel archers. Has Leon gotten some relics? He has. He got 2 relics. But Sapson's castle is going to go up, and that's going to be super annoying. However, Leon is nearly Imperial Age. Let's see where Sapson is at. Sapson is nowhere close to Imperial Age. Sapson is going to have to win in Castle Age if he wants to, I think. Or if he can win, it'll be because of Castle Age units. So Leon is in Imperial Age. These camel archers are all over his farms. He's got to retask things. Let's take a look at the villager count here. Leon's villagers still at his total population of villagers is 98. So Sapson is nearly caught up in villagers. Sapson seems to be not using the Q like he could. Probably saving for Imp, maybe, making that decision. Leon has begun to treb Sapson. What's the response? Sapson's sending another wave of camel archers. But Sapson, what he really needs is siege weapons. But Sapson doesn't seem to like to make siege weapons. Oh, he's got some fires here to help him out with the fight. Oh, what an annoying fight for Leon to have to take. The camels are doing bonus damage to the camel archers, but due to this choke point, they can't get a good fight. They probably would have defeated them easily. But Sapson microing the camel archers back to a very annoying position. Sapson is making petards. What's the plan with these petards? Are these petards here to snipe trebuchets? Because that would be kind of funny. Yes, they are. That's amazing. Well, there go the trebuchets. What is this? Seriously, what am I watching? I don't understand. Where are all the rams? Where are all the knights? Is Sapson really just going to win this without going up to the Imperial Age at all? Is Castle getting good damage against these camels? Camels have very little pierce armor. He's got more petards on the way. He needs enough petards to just take out a castle. I don't know if his plan is to take out a monastery or what. But Sapson should also send some camel archers up here to camp that gold. If he could deny that gold, actually this gold also requires denying. Yeah, he can't deny Leon's gold for now. So Leon is building a wall in front of the trebuchets to prevent petards from killing them. Sapson's camel archers underneath the castle fire, though. That's not good. It's probably not worth it. But the petards get the trebs just fine. So I guess he still came out ahead for that one, or at least he accomplished his objective. Leon, despite being Imperial Age, cannot seem to get this castle. Sapson is finally on his way up to the Imperial Age. I was really hoping to see Sapson just double down completely on Castle Age and just flood this with knights and rams. I almost think he could have done that, really. But he is going to go Imperial Age. He'll probably try to make trebuchets of his own. Sapson really taking advantage of the transport ships to turn the game on Leon. Put Leon on the defensive. What does Leon even have over here? I guess he's got a few knights for raids. He will kill some of Sapson's villagers. And he's coming in for a fire ship raid here, which should be pretty exciting. But Sapson is in the driver's seat. Sapson reaching the Imperial Age. Will he be able to save his castle? I don't think so. I don't know why Sapson doesn't just stands here though, and just like let the camel archers work on the trebuchets. It might not be an efficient way of killing trebuchets, but by now maybe the camel archers could have killed a trebuchet or two if they were just standing out of range of the buildings. You know, because there's not really any risk of them getting hurt. Unless the trebuchets attack ground. Or attack the unit directly, but I don't think that they would. Trebuchet out for Sapson. Light Cav come to dive, but they do not succeed in their mission. Is Leon finally going to get the castle to go down? I think it's almost there. One more volley. Yep, castle goes down. So Sapson cannot make any more camel archers in this location. Or trebuchets, for that matter. So Sapson's just going to build a house because he was housed. He does have 3 stables back here. Leon fighting the back of his base, and here comes Sapson with another group of camel archers to reinforce the group that he had already. Get some villager kills. And it looks like Leon is going to fight this off. He has Malian heavy camel. Maybe they have Farimba, maybe not. I don't think so, though. No Farimba. Or Farimba, it'd be like 7+7. Sapson microing the camel archers. Trying to take as little damage as possible while doing as much damage as possible. The camels are following in a clunky manner, consistent with DE pathing. Let's take a look at Leon's resources, actually. Leon is at 100 villagers, but let's see how efficient his fights have been. So he's doing okay with resources, Leon is. Neither player has relocated to take resources out here on these outlying islands. There are still enough resources on their home island. They don't have to worry about that. Transport ship has something in it. Let's see what it is. Some villagers. Where are they going? Maybe they're coming out here to build another dock. Take some gold. There is a bear guarding that gold, so they have to be careful. Sapson investing into Hussar. along with these camel archers. Are these elite yet? No, they're just regular camel archers. Good old regular camel archers. Sapsan has apparently built a dock here, and Leon's just leaving it alone, which is kind of funny. He's not worried about it right now. He's got more important matters to attend to. Leon calls the GG. Sapsan wins through attrition. We never found out what Sapsan's plan was for these villagers. Yeah, oh well. Oh well. Let's take a look at the statistics, though. It's a fun game. Really glad to have been able to cast it. So DJ Sapsan with 222 kills, 167 units lost, 15 buildings razed, 9 lost. Leon with 2 conversions. Largest army goes to Sapsan of 55. Sapsan with more economy this time, although Leon collected more gold. Leon with better advance times, but he just didn't really have the map control that Sapsan had. And that's important on this map, given that it's small and there's not a lot to control. Leon got 2 relics and had 1,000 relic gold. Both players boomed up to the 100 teen villagers. And timeline gave Sapsan an edge for most of the game. Alright, so, next set. Let's come back home. We're going to do Plotter Ghost versus Felix. Let's take a look at where these players are at. Remember, guys, Plotter Ghost is definitely an underdog here. Felix is at mid-1600s. Plotter Ghost is at upper 1400s. In terms of Civilization Draft, let's see what we've got. So this is a different round, and the map of that round is Denali by Tech Chariot. And then they traded bands until eventually they were left over with Utqiagvik by Huhue Coyotl 22. Felix banning Romans, Armenians, and Georgians, pretty classic bans. Mule Cart Civilization's getting banned a lot in Alchemy League. It's kind of, that Mule Cart is kind of an unfair thing. Like, I do not think that should be a part of the game. It just is a huge advantage on most maps. Like, the devs only do balance for Arabia. That's pretty much it. And then Plotter Ghost with Japanese, Aztecs, and Mongol bands. Banning Aztecs because he's seen that Aztecs are popular on Denali. And Japanese, a solid hybrid civilization in general, they will be more useful on Utqiagvik. Denali is not a hybrid map, it is an open land map. There is no dockable water on Denali. So with that being said, let's get started. You love it, but it needs to be nerfed a bit. What I don't understand is why is it that these are the only 2 civilizations in the history of empires that have thought, oh, let's have a mule walk with a cart around, and let's have some villagers put stuff in the back of that mule cart. Why not release that unit to all civilizations that had access to mules, and then just give the Georgians and Armenians a bonus for it? That would make a lot more sense to me. Alright, let's load the replay. So Denali by Tech Chariot, we have a mirror matchup of Portuguese here. No surprises there. Neither player banning Portuguese, probably because they wanted to pick it for themselves. There's gold down here in the Glacial Basin. It's kind of a random amount. Looks like these ones that are the furthest down have 1,800. And then as you start to go up, they have less, so these have 1,000. But there's also a ton of relics up here on this outcropping between these tributary glaciers. The whole thing is in a confluence of glaciers. This glacier's working its way down the mountain, and it's just barely above freezing in this location, so it's kind of melting here at this elevation, but further up than that, it's kind of a frozen, rocky, windswept wasteland. It would make mining and lumber camps completely obsolete. Maybe, depending on how much they cost. So the big thing about this map is that it is uncomfortable. This map was designed to be painful to play. Not because I don't love the players, I do, but because this is, guys, this is Denali. Like, I'm not going to make you a little hill in the center of the map and then have all kinds of, like, pretty trees and lakes and all sorts of things around it. I would do that if I were a noob map scripter. This is mighty Denali. Like, this is the largest mountain in North America. So this is going to feel like an uncomfortable, windswept, high elevation, high latitude mountain. And the only wood that's available is what you brought up with you. So you can see that they've got all kinds of like wood scraps that they have moved up, and that's it. You can't take any more wood than this because there is no more wood to take. Now there is a lot of gold in the form of relics and in the form of gold that you can mine down here, but this is it. That, and it's really rocky, so there's plenty of stone. There's plenty of stone. And you did start with some goods piles, but the graphics were changed and they became forage bushes instead. There was a patch halfway through the league that messed up some of the maps, and this was one of the ones that was affected by it. Yeah, and the thing is that this map is not even at the summit of Denali. This is along the edge, the slopes of Denali. It is a huge mountain. It is not the kind of mountain that you can have just like units streaming across from a barracks or something like that. So I wanted to pay this mountain respect. There are some ibex living up here. We can see that Felix is pushing them in. There are the food bears, which you have to be careful of. Looks like Felix did manage to kill this food bear with not very much damage, which is good. And then there's all kinds of craggy rocks. You can see that these carts are left over from all of this lumber that was hauled in. And the amount of lumber is also random. Looks like it's randomly settled at 108. And then there are some wolves that have eaten some carts. These carts didn't make it, and these wolves ate them. So it's just a really hostile and unfriendly map. Because Denali, the slopes of Denali in real life are very hostile and unfriendly. But the good news is that it's equally hostile to your opponent. But these guys have chosen Portuguese. And now that I've kind of described the map, maybe it's obvious why they chose Portuguese. Portuguese have infinite resources. Portuguese can build Feitorias in the Imperial Age. And Feitorias provide a constant stream of resources. And so the plan for these guys is to get up to Imperial Age before their wood runs out and build Feitorias so that they aren't bankrupt. The Feitoria will allow them to be a little bit more forgiving if they don't take map control and secure like this gold down here and such. Never mind, the summit says minus 71 right now. Well, were you referring to centigrade or were you referring to Fahrenheit? Actually, even if you were referring to... It doesn't really matter, actually. Negative 40 centigrade is the same thing as negative 40 Fahrenheit. But I would assume that you're referring to negative 71 Fahrenheit right now. Yeah, it's really inhospitable. I actually almost considered disabling farms on this map and making it so they could train sheep from mills. But I decided that that would just be too painful. So just know that when you see them building farms here, what they're really doing is they're really just herding livestock. That's how you have to look at it, because nobody could grow anything up here. It's just impossible. Alright, we see Plotter Ghost is building a barracks. He's built a mill first, so it's not a pre-milled rush per se. And he's on his way up to the feudal age. And Felix... I don't know if Felix is on his way up to the feudal age. No, Felix is still Dark Age. I think he might want Fast Castle. Felix always wants Fast Castle. So he's going to make one villager, and then he's going to get Loom, and he's going to go up to the feudal age on 25 pop, and he's probably going to try for a Castle Age type play. And he's pushing in this Ibex here to give him the food to do it. So Plotter Ghost might go Man-at-Arms, he might do something else. Let's see if we can switch back to his perspective. So Plotter Ghost is not making any militia. So this tells me that this barracks could be for archers. or it could just be for fun. He's not on gold, as far as I can tell. So I don't really understand that. Oh, no, he's going scouts. Okay. Alright. Portuguese scouts, why not? There's no bonus for it, but, you know, he could transition into knights later, and Portuguese knights cost less gold. It could still work out. It could be a good play. And this map is so open and difficult to wall that scouts could be quite effective on it. This particular generation seems like the players are a little bit further away from the glacial basin. Yeah, we're not even at the summit of Denali. That is how that's just how rough Denali is. It's a real mountain, and I wanted to respect it. Okay, Felix is coming here. He's going to build himself another lumber camp. And Plotterghost is making scouts. He's doing the scout rush. Let's see where Felix is at. Is Felix going to have the resources to do Castle Age? He will. So Felix going fast castle, except he needs a little bit more gold. And we're going to see if Felix is able to get away with that fast castle. He will have a big advantage if he can get up to the Castle Age without his villagers taking too much damage from Plotterghost. So he's almost up, and he's going to need to throw down a couple of buildings. Now Plotterghost may see the time and be like, my opponent's not up yet. That means he's probably going fast castle. So he sees Feudal Age now. He has a couple of scouts on the ready, and Plotterghost would probably wait until the final scout, one more scout is completed before going in. No, it looks like he's not making any more. So Plotterghost is like, well, alright, I guess I'll go Castle Age myself. And he's building a blacksmith, and then he's just going to do a scout raid with 2 scouts. I don't know where his eagle is. It's a very light scout raid, but both players desiring the fast castle. Felix is going to actually make... He's making an archery range. That's an interesting choice. Plotterghost revealing the scouts, which I think is a mistake. He should be exploring more. It could be the scouts just auto-attacked. He's going to try to come in here and corner a villager and pick a fight. And the scout's getting some bonus damage from attacking downhill. Here's a spearman. Plotterghost has to be very careful. He manages to get around it, so he does pick off a villager. Let's take a look at Felix and see if Felix has clicked up to the Castle Age yet. He has. Felix is about halfway up to the Castle Age. And he's had 1 villager pick off so far, and he's built this archery range here. So I'm thinking maybe Felix is looking at this like, you know, this is a fast castle and a crossbows kind of map. At least he didn't go market blacksmith again. Last time I saw Felix play, he did FC on Columbia, and he did market blacksmith, and he was really punished for it. So this time he's going to try to do fast castle, but he's going to do the crossbows, I think, instead. And I think that could be a pretty good strategy. Plotterghost here with another villager snipe, which is kind of unfortunate for Felix because, like, he has the spearman. He's not sure where Plotterghost is going to be. It's like a phantom swooping in, killing a villager, and then leaving and keeping an eye on all of this. Let's take a look at Plotterghost's vision. I think this is actually a lot of luck here because he hasn't even scouted where Felix is taking gold yet. And I would think that that would be a prime place to target. Now, Felix would know that too, and Felix has deployed a spearman to defend that area. So Plotterghost cannot attack those villagers, but he's done well. For such small investment, being able to kill 2 villagers is really good. So Plotterghost has advanced to the Castle Age. And what's the plan? We have a monastery here because maybe he's afraid of Felix going monk. Although didn't he just scout the archery? Yeah, so Plotterghost knows that Felix is going archers. So why is he building a monastery? Unless... Oh yeah, okay. I know. It's because there's a bunch of relics up here and he wants them. So Felix is sending a villager up this way. I'm not sure what this villager is all about. Oh, okay. He wants to keep an eye on his opponent and see how many relics if his opponent goes for the relics, and if so, if he can stop him. That's what this is about. So he builds some outposts up here to make sure that Plotter Ghost isn't taking all these relics. The relics, they're not Faetorias in the sense that they only give... Yep, and Felix has got a monastery up here, and he's going for the relics himself. So the relics are not... they're not Faetorias. They don't give anything except gold. But, and here's the big but, Faetorias require 20 population space, whereas relics require nothing. So relics are infinitely more population efficient than Faetorias. So if you should still try to get as many relics as you can, regardless of whether or not you plan to go Faetoria, because they will make a big difference. Plotter Ghost has snagged this relic here. He's got a knight. Does Plotter Ghost know about Felix's monastery? No, he does not. So he does not know that Felix is picking up relics now. He has a couple of knights. Now he spots this monk. I don't know if he tasked that knight to kill the monk, or if the knight automatically killed the monk before he noticed. If he tasked the knight to kill the monk, then obviously he noticed that his opponent was up to monks. But if the knight killed it before he saw that, then that's not very helpful, because he doesn't know that his opponent is going for the relics as well. But there's 2 monastery here. So he wants to get as many relics as he can. He might see Felix building this outpost now. And of course, from Felix's point of view, he can see a lot of what's going on here. And he is emptying out some relics as well. He's gotten 4 relics, and he's going to try to get 6. He's made another monk as well. And these guys are fighting now, so yeah, I think that they are reasonably well aware that it is a brawl for relics here. Both players trying to get as many relics as they can. And guys, remember that it's Alchemy League and Standard Victory is enabled. So that means that if you collect all the relics, you can trigger a countdown. It's like building a wonder, but you don't have to buy a wonder or be an Imperial Age. You don't need to spend 1,000 of each resource except for food. You just need to spend whatever would be required to make monks and monasteries and military to defend them. So Plotter Ghost is destroying this outpost. He does not want Felix spying on him. He's deploying a single light cav, but there's too many monks here, and I think he's going to find this out. Felix not paying attention. That light cav getting 1 monk kill. He's getting a 2nd monk kill before eventually being converted. These monks do not have sanctity, so they are not very good at surviving. I mean, they're never good at surviving light cav anyway, but they're lacking. They could survive an additional hit from the light cav if they had that technology. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to be rude to these old men. So Felix with 6 relics, and how many relics does Plotter Ghost have? Let's see. Let's change to his point of view. So Plotter Ghost has 4. So actually, despite only having 1 monastery, Felix has done a better job of picking up relics than Plotter Ghost. Although there has been a battle here. And it looks like Felix lost that light cav that he converted. And now Plotter Ghost is going to come in and try to clear up the rest of these relics. I think Felix is pretty much done. He's also kind of done a little bit of a boom on the side as well. Plotter Ghost at 50 villagers and Felix at 47. So neither player honestly has really boomed very hard because they've been getting relics. Been fighting over them. Relics very important. Once you run out of wood, you're done. You have to buy the wood you need. Neither player has gone down to mine gold down here. This is the more important long-term investment. That gold will come in handy, but right now the players want to get the relics off the battlefield. Felix doing some conversions here. Plotter Ghost deploying a single light cav. Is it going to kill both of these monks? It does. That is unfortunate for Felix. That light cav are just now super soldiers against monks. It never used to be that way, guys. It never used to be that way. Yeah, Plotter Ghost all over this now. Felix has got his starting eagle patrolling this area back here. Maybe sniping a monk. But I think Felix is basically done. Let's see where Plotter Ghost stands with relics. He's got 3 plus 4. He has 7 plus whatever else is coming in. So this is going to be 8. And Felix... Felix has 8 as well. Felix has reached the Imperial Age. So let's see how far away Plotter Ghost is further away. So Plotter Ghost spending more to get the rest of these relics. Felix is set with 8. He's satisfied with 8. He goes up to the Imperial Age. And what's Felix going to do with it? He's going to build Feitoria. He's going to build 1. And then as he has the houses to build more, he will. But we can see these houses are coming up. He's going to kind of Feitoria boom. He's at about 70 villagers, and every Feitoria that he builds will add 20 pop space, so you can see where the rest of his pop went. He doesn't really have much military. He has built a town center down in this location, so he is thinking about taking this gold here. He's going to invest in Halberdier. Another Feitoria coming up. The nice thing about Feitoria is, for a 5x5 building, what's funny about them is they actually do not require very much work to build. So it looks like it's going to require a ton of work because it's the same square size as a Wonder. But you can have 2 villagers working on it, and it goes up, you know, like a university, basically. There's another Feitoria here. He's got another villager working on that. He's continuing to throw down houses. Where are the rest of his houses? Maybe he's just building. Yeah, he's building them mostly over here. Plotter Ghost with an army of light cav. Going to come in for some raids. Probably suspects that his opponent is taking this gold. Wants to, yeah, check it out. Make sure that this gold is mostly denied, which it is. I mean, there's a couple gold mines here. But his big thing is he doesn't want his opponent taking this gold. So Felix is going to throw down a couple of barracks and make Halberdier. And Plotter Ghost wants to stop that from happening. Does not want Halberdier running around in this location. Plotter Ghost is also on his way up to the Imperial Age. So Felix has gone Imperial, and what he's done with it is he's used Imperial Age to build some Feitorias. And he's going to have 4 Feitoria up probably before Plotter Ghost even gets to Imp, which is a big win for him, and we can see it in the score. Plotter Ghost coming down this way, and he's going to drop a castle on this side, and now the players are going to prepare to fight over the Glacial Basin. Yeah. Yep, look at this. Felix making a castle of his own. So they recognize this is the place to fight now. We've secured the relics. There's nothing left up here. So what have we got? We've got Plotter Ghost with 5 and 5. So with 10 relics. And he's doing a raid here. That's actually kind of nice. It's a good distraction. And we have Felix with 8 relics still. I believe. I don't think Felix picked up any more. Now if Plotter Ghost had his wits about him, he would try to snipe this monastery and steal the relics. That would actually be really hilarious. Come in here with a bunch of petards and monks, blow up this monastery, and just come off with the relics. Oh, he's missing a relic here, so I don't even know if he would trigger a countdown. But we can see Felix's gold skyrocketing. He's done what he wanted to do. So the question is 2 more relics and a little bit better military presence in Castle Age, is that worth being up to the Imperial Age later and not having these Praetorias at the same time as your opponent? So Plotter Ghost is not going Praetoria, not yet. Not as far as I can tell. He is going organ guns. Did you guys just see that monk's sidewalk? That was pretty epic. And what are these trying to convert? I'm wondering if Felix has redemption, and his goal is to convert his opponent's siege weapons. If he doesn't have it, maybe he'll go for it. Plotter Ghost knows about this castle, apparently, and he is sieging it. Felix is pop-capped. He's got enough Praetoria to do that for him, but he also has 16 idle villagers somewhere. Halberdier goes down. Where's all of Felix's stuff? Beethoven bombs. He's building a stable. Felix is just pop-capped here. He, what's this? Oh, he's sending some more villagers up to mine some stone. But he doesn't really have a big army presence. This is a big open land map. I get why he opened Halb, because his opponent had lots of scouts. But it might be beyond that, you know? Like, the map might, in the long term, might be too big and open for Halberdier to be effective. I guess we'll just see. Felix still has the score lead. He's housed. He needs to build a few more houses to make sure that he can keep his military units up in count. Plotter Ghost just trebbing down everything that Felix builds in this glacial basin here. Felix, just build some houses in here so he doesn't have to worry about it, please. He's got 87 villagers, and he's pop-capped. He's got 87 villagers, pop-capped, and he's got like 15 military. Felix trying to get another castle up here, but Plotter Ghost is ready for it. He has too many trebuchets nearby. The castle goes down instantly. It's a little bit of a waste of stone. Felix playing very defensively. Plotter Ghost just leaving this monastery alone. Felix has a ton of resources, but he's out of wood. I don't know if he's going to buy any wood. Let's take a look and see what Plotter Ghost is doing. Plotter Ghost is spending these resources, and Felix is not, which is strange to me. I don't know why Felix is not spending his resources. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the market exchange rate. Wonder if we can click on something or see what the market rate is. Here we go. So you can buy 100 wood for 211 gold. You can buy... Yeah, that's really... I mean, the food prices and the stone prices are kind of high, too. People have been buying everything. Plotter Ghost is going into Cavalier. Portuguese Cavalier, and he's spending it. And Felix is just kind of trying to... I think what Felix is doing is he's sort of biding his time. He's sniping siege weapons where he can, and he wants his opponent to basically be completely out of resources, to the extent that his only income is from Praetoria and from Relic. And then Felix, with a larger number of resources, will triumph. That's what I think Felix's logic is. Maybe you guys understand it differently than I do, but that's the only explanation that I can think of, is that Felix is just kind of like turtling, playing defensively, and trying to save up as much gold and stone as possible, so that his opponent, so that he'll be ahead of his opponent when his opponent runs out. Plotterghost seems to have a different, just looking at this, Plotterghost seems to have a different philosophy. You know, Plotterghost wants to take fights that are bad for Felix. Even though he has to spend his resources more, he's okay with that as long as he's doing damage. I think that's kind of the big difference in their approach here. Felix just opening straight Halb is kind of, you know, that's sort of the tell. It's what's telling me that he wants to outlast his opponent. I think maybe he wasn't planning on an opponent also being Portuguese, so he'd be able to outlast his opponent more effectively that way. But I think he should adapt to the fact that Plotterghost is very dedicated to killing him right now. And he needs to get as good of fights as he can in, because it's not going to matter how many resources he has. And he seems to be spending more now. But again, he needs to throw down some more houses. Plotterghost has a very annoying ball of organ guns here. Are they elite? No, they are not elite. Plotterghost has not spent the money to make them elite. Let's take a look at Plotterghost's resources. Yeah, look at how broke Plotterghost is. It's kind of funny. For what it's worth, like, Felix is ahead in terms of like resource count, but Plotterghost has done damage. And Plotterghost probably has the more impressive military on the field, and Felix calls the GG. He just takes too much damage, even though his resources are ahead of Plotterghost's. He's just been hurt too badly, and he can't really secure any of this neutral gold, so he has to call the GG. I think he was a little bit disappointed that Plotterghost was also Portuguese, but I still think that was a pretty good game one. It's kind of a lesson in how to manage your resources, right? Because you have to be careful. You want to make sure that you spend them and do damage to your opponent, but at the same time, you don't want to hold back on spending those resources and then not get good fights and then get killed later because you wasted your resources on getting bad fights. So I think it's kind of an interesting lesson to be learned here. Let's take a look at the statistics. So Plotterghost better all around, better military statistics. Look at this KD right here. This is really what did it. That, and he had like 2 relic advantage, but still, not a big deal. 23 buildings raised, 1 loss, converting 7 units. So Felix with a better economy, for sure. Except for, well, even the stone was about equal. But Plotterghost with a better KD, because he opened with the intent to kill his opponent, whereas Plotterghost opened with the intent of defending and staying alive and taking minimal losses. Plotterghost with more castles, 2 more relics. Relic gold is very similar though, because Felix got the relics sooner. Similar villager high for them, with Plotterghost having 20 additional villagers because Felix is more heavily invested in Feitoria. So now we go back to the replays, and let's take a look at game 2, which takes place on Utqiagvik. Load. So for that one, we have Persians versus Goths. So Felix has chosen Persians, and Plotterghost has chosen Goths. This map can be very unforgiving when it comes to the wood situation. This map was made by Huhue Coidal 22 for Alchemy League. It's kind of an idea that he had. He wanted a tundra type biome with a frozen sea. Looks like Plotterghost is going to build his town center here. He was very inspired when he made this map, and it's good because it's a great map. We got these food bears out here and these ice flows. Looks like we've gotten the winter version where the sea is largely frozen over, and with the winter version the wood situation is pretty dire. This is not bad right here. This is just about the best wood line that you can get, but there isn't a lot of wood nearby. I guess there's some stuff over here. Plotterghost building over here. I'm wondering if Plotterghost knows where his opponent is. No, he doesn't. He has no idea that his opponent is right over here. Well, it's Gaunt's. He's going to be really happy to see that. Does Felix know where Plotterghost is? Yes, he does. So Felix knows where Plotterghost is, but Plotterghost does not know where Felix is. He might find out if he sends this goose up that way. Plotterghost is exploring with the goose, and he could find out where his opponent is. Obviously a nomad start. Large herds of deer, but really these are not like white-tailed deer. These are reindeer or caribou, but we don't have caribou skin, so this is the closest that we could get, but you guys get the idea. So Persians, very powerful hybrid civilization in general. They have faster working town centers. They've got faster working docks. So town centers and docks have more hit points. They start off with a little extra food, a little bit extra wood. They're an easy civilization to play. And so if you can play them well, you can get a big advantage. Plotterghost with the Goths, these are a good civilization for dealing lots of damage to your opponent early on. Seems that Plotterghost has found a decent spot. He's going to build a mill here to be able to take some winter berries and some deer. And he's going to hunt up here. I still don't know if Plotterghost knows where his opponent is. Yeah, he doesn't. That's funny. But Plotterghost might find him when he goes out to dock. And I would love to see like a man-at-arms rush. But we'll just have to see what happens here. Felix will probably try to go fast castle, as always. Looks like Felix has taken this food bear, actually. A lot of these villagers are injured, but it doesn't seem like he lost anything, so that was good. Now, has Plotterghost tried to dock yet? Nope, he has not. So, we very well might see Plotterghost walk out here and try to dock and be like, oh shoot, there's the enemy town. I better attack them. But Plotterghost is going to be happy if he can just keep his people fed. It's a drop off and he queues up another villager. But dang, it is not easy to survive out here. I'm wondering, though, I don't see any villagers on wood. I'm wondering if he relocated. No, it looks like he's just got double mill here for the Goths. The Goths don't really have much of an eco bonus in the Dark Age, except that their villagers carry additional meat. So, he could have picked them because he thought, well, you know, I'll be able to hunt more efficiently. But I think he picked them because their infantry are fantastic. Meanwhile, you know, Felix doing some fishing here, but because it's the more frozen version, he's not going to get a lot of value out of the fish. Fishing ships collect from shore fish very slowly, as you can see. So, it's not going to give him the boost that he wanted. This is one of those maps whose seasonal variations affect how the map plays out. And in the frozen version, there are bears. These are supposed to be polar bears. They're not supposed to be grizzly bears, but we don't have a polar bear skin in Age of Empires. So, we're asking you to pretend a little bit that they're polar bears. And that the deer are reindeers and such. But, yeah, so in the frozen version, there are bears and there's less fish. There's basically no deep fish. It's mostly just shore fish. In the summer version, the ice flows are gone. And the bears are gone because they don't have any ice flows to stand on. And there's deep fish. And it plays more like a Four Lakes type map, I suppose. Or regular Nomad, for that matter, actually, would probably be a better comparison. So Plotterghost almost has the food to click up. He's taking food quickly. This is telling me that he really wants to get up to the feudal age quickly, and he wants to do damage to his opponent. He has the food that he needs. He's building a lumber camp now. I guess maybe he figures, I'll build another villager, because even if I clicked up now, I wouldn't be able to get the wood that I need to do what I need to do, which is make man-at-arms. So, he's sent a bunch over to wood. He's on his way up to the feudal age. Big question is, does he know where his opponent is? No, he does not. He has not yet found Felix, which is important for Felix. If Plotterghost wastes all of his time wandering around this map looking for Felix, Felix could get the time that he needs to execute whatever strategy he has in mind. Felix, let's see where Felix is at with Fast Castle. Or if he's going Fast Castle. Felix is actually not going Fast Castle, which is smart. because Felix doesn't know whether or not Plotterghost knows where he is. He has to assume, because Plotterghost is so close, that Plotterghost knows where he is. So Felix is going up to the feudal age, and he's actually going to be there first, before Plotterghost. They're going to be around the same time, actually. And look at him. He's building a barracks. He's taking gold. So he's playing kind of responsibly here. Plotterghost is going to be taking some gold too. And this could be the mistake. This could tell Plotterghost. Oh, he's coming out to lame. Yep, he's coming out to lame. Plotterghost is going to see this villager here and be like, wait, where'd that come from? He's going to go chase it. Get out of here. Says to shank it. Let's see what Plotterghost figures out. So then Plotterghost spots the barracks, and then he knows, okay, my target's over here. So, oh, Plotterghost actually going to go scouts. He likes to go scouts. He went Portuguese scouts last time. Now he's going Gothic scouts. He could always make man-at-arms later. And he's going to come over here and probably scout this out now. But he has to rush up this house. He's got a sheep looking around over here. Nope, he's going to let the scout stay. He's not going to show his hand. He doesn't want his opponent getting started on archers or spearmen just yet. Felix is going to make archers, though. He's got an archery range. He likes archers. He's comfortable with them. Plotterghost looping around the back. Sees the town center, sees the sheep, steals it. Of course, this is Alchemy League. They're playing for money, so they're not looking to be nice. Running off with the sheep. And he knows that there's gold up here. And he's keeping an eye out. He wants to see if there are any villagers up here taking resources. Is he going to find anything? No. So he decides to turn around and look for villagers elsewhere. And Felix's economy is pretty much wide open. He has some wood here, but it's not great, and he's going to run out soon. So he spots a spearman. There's another spearman here. Will Plotterghost make man-at-arms? Probably not, even though he should. His opponent is making lots of spearmen. Plotterghost wants this villager kill. Can't have it. Spearmen, there are too many. They are in the way. Plotterghost has to turn back. He's got an archery range here, so he's just going to go scouts and skirmishers, I suppose. He's not going to take advantage of the Gothic man-at-arms. Could you imagine if he had like 6 man-at-arms right now running around back here? It'd be game over. And he could, as Goths, he probably could have 6 man-at-arms running around back here at this point. But to be fair to Plotterghost, he did not know that his opponent was so close. If he had known that his opponent was this close, he very well might have gone man-at-arms. I know I would have. You don't need the speed and mobility of the scouts. Your opponent is literally right here. And the man-at-arms will just tear through the spearmen. So, man-at-arms plus close-by opponent equals GG. Let's see. So similar villager counts. They're in the low 30s. Felix is almost at 35. And has deployed some archers. He's going to go look for Plotterghost's economy. Felix, feeling the need to defend against that, sends his scouts in pursuit. But Felix withdraws. Plotterghost, I don't think, really wants to fight that. Feels maybe there's no reason to fight that. Now, the spearmen are combined with those archers, and that will make them very difficult to take out. So the spearmen do bonus damage against scout cavalry, as you know. There's some archers here from Plotterghost. They're going to snipe some spearmen. Those spearmen go down, and now these archers are vulnerable, so Plotterghost can come in with his scouts and make the attack. So he gets some value out of the scouts. He was not able to kill villagers, as he may have planned. Plotter Ghost on his way up to the Castle Age now. Let's see where Felix is. Playing it very passively, though. This was like one of the situations where you could actually really, really mess with your opponent in Feudal Age. And Felix is making knights as Persians. So Plotter Ghost is going to have to get out of here. He cannot deal with knights right now. But luckily for Plotter Ghost, he's on his way up to the Castle Age, as I mentioned earlier. So he only has to put up with this for a little bit. The question is, what does he do? He just quick walls for now. Got to pull villagers off of resources, and he has to be careful. Oh, that was a clutch quick wall right there. So the knight wanted to kill these berry pickers, but they were able to get that palisade wall up in time. Looks like Felix is kind of zoomed in on this location. There are a lot of villagers, and he's got 3 knights kind of in this vicinity. I would not be surprised if he retasked those knights to all destroy this palisade wall. Plotter Ghost is going to have to repair it or build behind it. He chooses to build behind it. Knight goes down. These knights do not have armor as far as I can tell. Oh, they have the first armor. So Plotter Ghost nearly Castle Age himself. He's getting pikemen. And he's probably going to do a pike and ram type push. At least I hope he does. He's really close to his opponent. What's this over here? Plotter Ghost has snuck some villagers down here to build a lumber camp, which I love this. I think this is very smart. Knight raids, knights being chased by pikemen, monk being made. Where's the siege workshop? That's what I want to know. Where's the siege workshop? Plotter Ghost needs a siege workshop. All he needs to do is like make 2 rams and have 10 pikemen, and it's GG. Maybe a swordsman. Or maybe a few scorpions or something. Something to kill villagers, and it's pretty much over. He's making monks. He's got 1 monk here. Now, I will say that Felix is doing a good job of keeping Plotter Ghost off of wood. Wood is very hard on this map. And Felix has found these hunters. He's going to kill them. So he's getting good damage in with the night raids. But Plotter Ghost has a mob of pikemen here, driving these knights away. Here's the monk. The monk fails to convert. Wait, no, he does get a conversion. Oh wait, this monk gets the conversion. Refresh of the wall there after the berries have been picked. These knights will not go through the berries. They refuse. Plotter Ghost has built another town center here with more access to wood. And Felix will probably... Yeah, Felix has already built a town center here, and he's going to build a market too, to allow him to balance his economy. So 2 town centers versus 2 town centers. There it is. There's the siege workshop. Plotter Ghost is deciding now it is time. He's got too many pikemen for Felix to deal with. So I don't know. Felix might be able to manage this. Manage the decline. You know, evacuate most of his villagers now. Keep a few to make it look like he didn't evacuate. And then just also to repair the town center as much as he can. And really just rebuild his town down here. And he's already starting to build a second... He's already building a second town center. He's got one, he's got a market. Yeah, here they go. So he kind of sees the writing on the wall. Now, Plotter Ghost has a skirmisher here, so he's able to see the villagers evacuating. And we can see that Felix is building a defensive siege workshop. I don't know that Plotter Ghost is going to allow it to go up. It looks like he is. So Felix will be able to waste some of Plotter Ghost's time with like microing mangonels. Very aggressive castle from Plotter Ghost. I think it should be down here though. It should be on top of the stable. This gold, but then again, Plotter Ghost doesn't really know, does he, that Felix is down this way. Take a look at his Fog of War. Yeah, he doesn't know that Felix has built a town down here. So, I guess that castle makes as much sense as anything. But if the castle were here, it could secure this gold for him. And it could be on... Oh, but he manages to sneak it up. And surely he must see these villagers all on the move. Does manage to kill a few villagers from the castle drop. You're going to see these villagers fleeing if you're Plotter Ghost. Like, huh, where's that going? What does my opponent have? So you see some lumberjacks. And think, what's going on? Uh-oh, the food bear is here to help out. No, the food bear is here to hinder. The food bear is here to help kill this villager, and that pikeman gets the villager killed because of the food bear, which is kind of funny. So now Plotter Ghost has found that Felix has a town center down here. Sees Felix building double siege workshop. So Plotter Ghost maybe makes a knight to pressure these villagers. Have some mobility. Felix's town center is being slowly whittled away at. It's a Persian town center with extra health, so it will take a long time. And Felix has all but abandoned this location. So if we look at it from Felix's point of view, he's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll make one more villager from this. Maybe that'll be the repair villager. And sending these other villagers to safety. Plotter Ghost recognizing that this is where Felix is now. Where Felix wished he had started the game. Or wishes. He probably still wishes it. Knight goes down to Town Center Arrowfire. I don't think Plotter Ghost's knights have very much armor at this point. Felix is going to go weirdly Persian crossbows. Why? Does anybody understand why pre-Commanderon Persian crossbows are so popular? They're literally the same thing. I just don't get it. They're the same thing as regular crossbows, but I don't know. You can't upgrade them with Bracer. Oh, so this pikeman is picking a fight with this food bear here. Food bear will surely give up the chase. There we go. Yeah, the food bear's like, nah, this isn't worth my effort. Felix trying to send a villager up this way somehow, but this is not compatible terrain. This is all water, so he just kind of walks around. And the bear coming in and stealing the kill. Oh, where are these villagers going? I don't know. This is like the second or third villager that's getting sent up this way. The bear is going to kill the pikeman, though, which is pretty funny. Now it's going to kill the villager. Both of them. Felix just kind of having a hard time here. He's very distracted by the pressure. But he does have 76 villagers, so I mean, that's not too bad. He's ahead of villagers. He's ahead in villagers of Plotter Ghost. And his initial base has been destroyed. So this says something to his ability to boom up. Plotter Ghost taking a shot, killing one villager with Mangonel, killing three more, and now these Mangonels are going to start pressuring this town center. So probably what we'll see is Felix make knights. He's got to. He's going to throw down a stable. He's already getting bloodlines. Where are his knights being created from? This stable right here. Yeah, that's perfect. So he'll use his Mangonels to fight off Plotter Ghost's Mangonels. And then he'll... Oh, he actually didn't need the knight. Plotter Ghost was not really paying attention then. Plotter Ghost is a very conservative player. He seems to like to boom up. Doesn't like his 1 TC pushes. He's just like, yeah, you know, I've done the damage. I pushed my Persian neighbor off their ancestral homeland. And so now I'm just going to do my thing. I'm Goths. I win this long term. Oh, by the way, I'm going to drop a castle. Dangerous castle drop, considering everything that Felix has nearby. Let's see. Felix, if you're Felix, you see that castle going up, and you're like, okay, well, here come the crossbows. Here come the mangonels. Platygus diving in to kill that mangonel. But I think he's going to lose all of his knights. I think there are too many crossbows here. Maybe not. So now Felix deciding to kill villagers with these crossbows. Nope. Due to some unfortunate micro, Felix's knight was never really fighting this. Or maybe he was avoiding the monk. Either way, though, Platygus is able to get this castle up, which is a good win for him. Another castle drop, and Felix calls the GG. He's out of army. Just was too heavily damaged. So Platygus with all the right moves. Let's take a look at the statistics. So better technology for Felix, but that's basically it. Platygus with better military economy, society, and total score overall. Platygus with 81 kills, 49 deaths, did massive damage as Goths, but didn't really use any Gothic infantry bonus, which was an interesting choice. Converted 5 units, largest army of 28. Felix collecting more wood and food, Platygus collecting more stone and gold. Platygus up first to the Feudal Age, and Felix up first to the Castle Age. Explored 80% of the map and did more research. Platygus with 84 relic gold, 1 relic, 1 castle, 89 villagers. So those are some good sets, I think. Platygus getting 2 wins over Felix, and then DJ Sapson and Leon going 1-1. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's see here. That's going to do it for me today, or for now anyway. Maybe I'll cast more later. I have some other work to do regarding maps for the next season of Alchemy League. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you found the games entertaining, as I did. And hopefully we'll see you guys again soon.